He was a billionaire. She was a simple secretary. He needed love. She needed a friend. Obi was just 33 years old, but everyone in his town knew him. He had hotels, farms, supermarkets, and big buildings. His face was on signs, and people called him Uncle Billionaire. But Obi felt very lonely. One evening, he sat in his large, quiet house. He looked at his phone, 5 missed calls and 8 messages from girls which read, "Can you send me 500k? You didn't send the money. I'm angry." No one asked, "How are you?" or "Have you eaten?" Whenever Obi pretended to be poor, the girls left him. Some blocked him. Some got angry. He sighed and drove to his mother's house. She was all he had left. "Mama," he said, "I'm tired of fake love." His mother smiled. "Then leave this town. Go where no one knows you. Don't show your riches. Be simple. Maybe love will find you when you look poor, not rich. Maybe you should become a cleaner. You may be lucky to find someone who would like you just by being like that." Obi nodded. "A cleaner, Mama?" She laughed. "Yes." 2 weeks later, Obi left his busy town and moved to a new city. No one there knew who he was. He wanted a fresh start. He found a small but nice apartment at the edge of the city. It was quiet and clean. The house agent thought Obi was just a cleaner, so he gave him a discount. Obi didn't say he was rich. He wanted to live a simple life. Every morning, Obi wore his new work clothes, a blue shirt, black trousers, and a name tag that said Obina, maintenance staff. He left his big car, a Range Rover, at his friend's house and used public transport like everyone else. Obi had gotten a job as a cleaner at a large company called Top Mark Holdings. It was a small company in the city but very fancy. At work, Obi cleaned toilets, emptied bins, and mopped the floors. Most people didn't notice him. Some didn't even greet him. A few ladies even looked away when he walked by. But there was one person who was different. Her name was Eniola. Eniola was the company's secretary. She had kind eyes, neat braids, and always spoke gently. Every time she saw him, she smiled and said, "Good morning, Mr. Obina." At first, Obi thought she was just being polite. But he noticed she always greeted him, even when she was busy. One day, while he was cleaning her office, she gave him a bottle of cold water. "You must be tired," she said with a kind smile. Obi was surprised. He smiled back. "Thank you. Most people don't even see me." She laughed softly. "Well, I was not raised that way." From that day, they started talking more. Every time they met, they shared small chats. Eniola would ask about his day, and Obi would tell her little stories. He felt warm inside. For the first time in a long while, someone saw him, not the rich man, not the billionaire, just Obina the cleaner. And he liked it. Obi was always happy to see Eniola every morning. She had a kind smile and a soft voice that made him feel at peace. They would often talk during lunch breaks. Obi loved making her laugh, and she told him stories about her life. Eniola lived with her younger brother. Their parents had died, so she was the one taking care of everything at home. "I don't have much," she told Obi one day, "but I do my best." Obi respected her a lot. She was strong, kind, and never asked him for anything. She didn't care that he was just a cleaner. One day, when he forgot his lunch, she gave him a meat pie without thinking twice. Slowly, Obi started to fall in love with her. But he was also afraid. Would she still like me if she knew I was rich? He wondered. One evening, after work, they sat under a mango tree near the office. Eniola looked worried. "What's wrong?" Obi asked gently. She sighed. "My brother's school fees are due soon. I don't know where to find the money." Obi wanted to help right away, but he stopped himself. He didn't want to scare her or make her feel small. "How much is it?" he asked. 35,000 naira, she said. That night, Obi found her account number and sent the money to her anonymously. The next morning, Eniola ran up to him with joy. "Someone sent me the money. I don't even know who. I thought it was a case of wrong account number and I tried reaching out to the person, but the person messaged and said he was running a giveaway. I am so happy. Obi smiled. Maybe God answered your prayer. As Obi and Eniola became closer, people at work began to notice. Some of the female workers started gossiping. One cleaner, Kioma, whispered to her friend, "Can you believe Eniola is falling for that poor guy?" They both laughed. She must really like suffering. Some of the men at work didn't like it either. One man named Gok had liked Eniola for a long time. He was jealous. One afternoon, Gok walked up to Obi and said, "Know your place, cleaner." He even poked Obi's chest. Obi stayed calm. "I'm just here to work," he said. But Gok didn't stop. He began to tell lies about Eniola. He said she was begging for love and called her names. Obi heard the gossip and became angry. But Eniola told him, "Ignore them. If I start caring about what people say, I'll never be happy." Obi looked at her and smiled. She's truly special. Eniola found herself falling this cleaner. He seemed so sweet and different from her exes in the past. She would wait for him after work. They'd walk to the junction together. He made her laugh in ways no one else did. She didn't even know when it happened. It wasn't planned. It wasn't expected. But her heart was slowly choosing him, this quiet, humble cleaner who treated her like a queen even though he had nothing. Or so she thought. Obina was everything she had prayed for in a man. Not rich, but respectful. Not flashy, but deep. She told her brother about him. "He's not rich, but he makes me happy," she said. Her brother gave a knowing smile. "Happiness is rare. Hold on to it." 2 months went by, and Obi and Eniola became very close. They talked almost every day, shared laughs, and supported each other. It felt like they had known each other for years. They were more than friends now, they were like best friends. Both of them were finding it difficult to confess the feelings they had for each other. One Saturday, Obi invited Eniola to his apartment for the first time. When she walked in, she looked around and was surprised. "Wow, this place is really nice. Too nice for a cleaner." Obi smiled and replied, "It belongs to a friend. I'm just staying here for now." They spent the day together. They cooked food in the kitchen, watched a funny movie, and even danced around the living room, laughing like children. Later that evening, as they sat side by side on the couch, Obi looked at her and asked something that had been on his heart for a long time. "Eniola, do you think you could love someone, even if he had nothing?" Eniola was so happy with that question. She looked into his eyes and gave a gentle smile. "Yes," she said. "If he is kind and honest, then yes. Money is good, but it's not the most important thing in the world." Her answer touched Obi deeply. He felt safe with her. That night, as he lay in bed, he thought about everything. "She's the one," he said to himself. It was time. Time to tell her who he really was. But he planned to tell her of his feelings first. After a day at the office, Obi invited Eniola for a small hangout in a small restaurant close to the company. Eniola was blushing and she instantly agreed. While at the restaurant, Obi gathered the courage to tell Eniola of his feelings towards her, and to his surprise, she was elated. "I love you too," she said to him. Obi couldn't contain his feelings. He hugged her and ate his food like a baby. They both went home and stayed chatting on their phones throughout the night. 2 weeks later, after they had been secretly dating and enjoying each other's company, Obi took Eniola on a ride in his friend's car. But instead of heading to the usual place, they drove to a massive white mansion. Eniola was confused. "Where are we?" Obi turned to her. "This is my house." Her eyes widened. "Your house?" He nodded. "I'm not a cleaner, Eniola. My name is Obina Chaik. I'm a billionaire." She looked at him, stunned. "I came here to find love. Real love. That's why I hid my identity. You were the only one who saw me, not what I have." Eniola stood in silence. "Are you angry?" Obi asked. She shook her head. "I don't know what to say. I feel shocked. I'm sorry for lying." But everything I told you about how I feel, it's true. Tears filled her eyes. You should have told me. I wanted to. But I was scared I'd lose you. I have gone through a lot of heartbreaks in the past, so I didn't know what to do at first. After a long pause, Eniola whispered, You didn't lose me. You just surprised me. They hugged tightly. Obinna then revealed that Top Holdings Company was actually his. It was part of the many companies he owned. Eniola didn't know what to do. She was so shocked and amazed. She thought things like this only happened in the films, but here she was, witnessing it in real life. 2 days later, Obinna stepped out of his sleek black SUV, dressed in a sharp navy blue suit, shiny black shoes, and designer sunglasses. By his side, holding his hand gently, was Eniola, radiant in a peach gown and light makeup. Her hair was packed in a neat bun, and she had no idea what was about to happen that day. Obinna, why are we going to the company like this? You didn't tell me we had an event, she asked as they walked into the main office reception. He just smiled. You'll see. Heads began to turn immediately. People were already whispering. Wait, that's Obinna, the cleaner? With Eniola. But, what's he wearing? Who owns that car? By the time they got to the front lobby, the HR manager rushed forward, confused. Sorry sir, you can't. Obinna pulled off his sunglasses slowly and gave a confident smile. Do I look like someone you can stop? The man froze. Recognition hit him. Oh, Obinna. Yes, he replied calmly. Call everyone. Emergency meeting. Now. And tell your manager I am the one that called for the meeting. The staff gathered in the conference hall, all whispering and wondering what was going on. Obi stood at the front with Eniola beside him. She still looked shocked. He cleared his throat. My real name is Obinna Chaik. I'm the founder and owner of Top Holdings. Yes, I worked here as a cleaner, but it was part of a plan. I wanted to find something money can't buy, true love and real people. Gasps filled the room. Obi looked around. Many of you laughed at me. Some said I smelled poor. One of you even said, I can't date a cleaner, God forbid. The women who had mocked him looked away, ashamed. He smiled at Eniola. But one person was kind. One person treated me with respect even when she thought I had nothing. That's Eniola. Then he faced the HR manager. You once threatened to sack me for coming late. Now, write your resignation letter. Gasps again. He turned to the ladies who mocked him. I could fire you. But I won't. Eniola, what do you think? Eniola said softly, show them mercy. That's true power. Obi smiled. That's why I love you. Later that day, he took Eniola to his village. His mother hugged her tightly and said, You're the answer to my prayers. Weeks later, the wedding planning began. It was the talk of the country, the billionaire who pretended to be a cleaner. On the big day, Obi cried as Eniola walked down the aisle. She chose him when he had nothing. Now, he gave her everything. And that's the end of this beautiful love story. If you enjoyed the story, please like, subscribe and comment your thoughts about it. Your support means a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.